I have to make this video. Yesterday, I was on my school platform and I was just demoing basically like AIOS. And then people were talking about like what the best way to make money is and how to get clients, etc. And if you have a look at this webpage, this is Nadine. I don't know Nadine, but one of my buddies, they were looking at booking her, and they sent me her website, and I was just like, what? What is this website? And if you can use Codex or Claude Code, and hopefully here I'll be able to help you on the way, you'll be able to get two styles of websites. But also what you should be able to do is understand from this video how to host, where to go, how to have that one shot kind of like take this website, regurgitate it into something else, and then move on. So there were two websites. This was the first one, and this was from this website, right? So there was like information, really old school pictures here, corporate, talking about like corporate massage, Pilates. I mean, I'm just looking at this. I mean, the information's there, so it's fine. The price is, if I try and scale this, yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. And then there's like a booking space. That's fine. You can click on this and then you can choose your price. And then I presume you move on and then you select wherever and then it goes to her. That's fine, right? So all I did is I went to Codex, and I won't show you that prompt, because what I'll do, we'll build something from scratch on this call with something else, making it even more fancy. And this is what I use. So with Codex, remember that you can make images inside of ChatGPT, which is quite interesting. So here I was able to take Nadine, and then we've got a picture of her here. We have an AI built in, right? So here, for example, I can go, I have a really bad shoulder at the moment, which I twitched at the gym. Get an AI response inside of here. Now I'm going to get an answer, shoulder pain after the gym. Sorry to hear about your shoulder. That sounds very uncomfortable. And now it has context to her prices. And so we can just move on quite quickly. And then I can book Nadine, book away, right? So very, very cool with Ask AI. Here we have our different things, which are like different, I guess, therapies, which are ongoing. And again, every picture with Nadine in there. Then we've got, hands-on treatment. I think you get the picture that it's very, very different to what she had. Look, there's her place, her office, and here's Nadine helping out this young lady here do her work, do her Pilates, I guess, and so on. So this is great, right? And then Claude Code made this one, which I'm also pretty happy with, to be honest. I didn't ask it to make Nadine. So, if I had Nano Banana 2 connected or Image 2.0 from ChatGPT, I'd be able to do the same thing. So here now, yep, okay, very good. We can see, what she is. I can book a treatment. We can have a look here. Why book me? Not just a massage, but a registered nurse, understands your body, blah, blah. It's very cool. Here, again, very, very nice. It's not her, but we could change it to be her. Here we have the AI bit in here as well, so I could paste that same thing, get recommendation. Sounds like you've tweaked something in your shoulder at the gym, and that kind of muscular strain can leave things very sore and guarded. So I need to talk to Nadine. It goes back to her website, but if I built it out, this was one shot, right? Didn't do anything. All the imagery, all the AI, everything. It was one prompt, and so on and so on. So this is really, 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 really nice, I think. And it's pretty similar. Again, it goes back to her booking site, etc. So with that in mind, I'm going to go to Codex, and inside of Codex, I ran this a while ago. Again on a school, and this one. So I'm from Blackpool. It's like one of the worst places, I think, in England to come from, like crime, drugs, money. It's just not the nicest place. Some people might say it's different, but I don't live there anymore. I live in Germany. But look, on here, what I did was I wanted to find out Blackpool websites which are out of date. So here, can you do some research for me really quickly and find 100 websites which have not been updated for over 2 years, which are in the Blackpool area? And with that research, my idea is that I want to recreate all of them using image model 2.0 from ChatGPT, and I want to make these 1 pages or 1 HTML pages, because I want to do is just to go in these individual shops, stores, whatever, doesn't matter what it is, bakeries, hotels, etc., and basically just go in and show them the websites. So what I did, it did some research, and it found me these 100 prospects. And look, there's all these different websites. So it's just kind of like going off the signal here on the right hand side. And I did find one on here which would be quite interesting to do, which is this Alpha Pet Care. So again, like, kind of ghetto website, I must say, but hopefully they're still in. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on the Facebooks. 6-7 followers. Posted 2023. And you know what? I'm gonna call her after, and maybe I'll report back on another YouTube video to see if she wants the website. But you can see here, yep, she's still active because we have these videos here, right? And look at all these photos. And we can take any of these photos, and then we can also convert them into videos, right? And that's also what we're going to do on here. So I'm going to take this guy. No, because it's got writing on it. Let's just take an easy one for now. And we'll do this live. So let's take this guy, copy. Let's come into here. And what we're going to do is, and so think of, so I'm using Enhancer or Enhancor, but you can use Higgsfield, etc. I just had credits in here, so I'm just going in, but you could do everything through the CLI or through a plugin with Higgsfield and it would do the same thing, but I'm using Seedance 2. So here I'm just going to bring up the image, which I have. I'm using Paste as my clipboard manager. That's what you just saw there. And here, and then I'm just going to come in here and go, let's make a video of this dog running through the sand and the water. And then at the end of the video, it shakes itself off. And now we're just going to generate that video. I've also generated other videos from her website, which we can have a look at here. So this is one. Dog just playing in the sand. There's this one here where we've got the dog's walking to the camera. She turns around, but I will just cut this out because we don't need that last bit. And then this one here, which is quite nice, and it's a dog chasing a butterfly. Really cool, right? So let's have these inside of the video as well. And what we're going to do is we are going to download these. Let's download them, and then we'll download the last one when it's ready. So with that, we're going to go into Codex, and we're going to take that website. So this one here. All right. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go into a new chat. And I work with inside of a folder structure. So just for context, I have an AI operating system, which you will also see here, which is a visual code. And if I just get rid of my terminal and just open up a Claude Code instance, this is what it looks like. So everything on the side is everything to do with what I'm working on with inside of my different businesses. So my AI consultancy business, I also work on my SaaS, so Blueplay. And then there's others in here, Cohort 1, so I run an incubation program. And then there's also another company as well. So this is where I work. This is also where Codex is. So all I've done is I've just navigated to a project within inside of Codex. And I'm going to paste that website. Okay. The next thing which we're going to do is we are going to drag in them videos. And preferably, they would also be already within inside of the folder, but it doesn't matter. I'll just drag them in from my downloads. And now I'm going to run the one-hit prompt. And I'm using Glido as my dictation app. And I'll put a link in below where you can get them on for free and try it. So, hey, I want to use our kind of website building, which we do. So if you have a look at the last 2 websites which we've built, which can be in the history of our chats, you can take a look at that. And we just built one for Nadine, and also we built one for cohort 1. And I want everything to be the same. I want you to host on Vercel. And what I want you to do is take a look at this website, and we've got to make it that it's really sophisticated and ready to go for the people who own this website. I want to go in and sell it to them. What you're going to do is, first of all, you see the videos which are in here. You're going to have them so they're playable. You can host them on our Backblaze server if you want, if that's easier to do, or you can convert them into an image sequence, which then can be played in an image sequence. Whatever you feel is like the best way possible that are automatically going to play within side of the website. And then everything else which is in there, everything else you're going to recreate using AI and Image 2.0 from Codex. And you're going to make sure that you also have this coherent pattern between the other websites which we've made, which means we have AI built in. You can take a look at the APIs inside of Vercel on them 2 websites. And then also you will make sure that we just do a bit of testing, make sure it looks okay, and use fonts which are readable, nothing crazy. So keep it quite simple, clean, and then also make sure that the booking systems and things which are inside of here, which, or for example, the social links work to them spaces. And if you need to recreate the logos, recreate them. So for example, the Facebook logo, the Google logo, whatever it might be. Okay, and then just before I go and do this, we're going to take a look at that image which we've done here. So here's the video. Let's have a look. It's good enough. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, right? So let's save this video as well, download, and we're just going to drag this into Codex. All right, so we're going to go in and just send that off. And I'm using extra high 5.5 with fast. Depends what you use, right? So I'm using Codex 20 times, and I have Claude Code 20 times. So I'm going to send this off. And what I'm going to do, which is, I guess, quite interesting. So here, I'm going to send that off. Is I'm going to do the same thing inside of Visual Code and Claude Code. So whilst that's happening, let's just go into Visual Code, and I'm going to try it in 2 different spaces. So we've got Claude Code, and I've got a script which allows you to stick on these bypass permissions, and that's something which I can share. And I'm going to go for Ultra Code high with workflows. I'm going to paste the same thing in. And I'm also going to say anywhere where I have GPT Image 2.0, you're going to use Nano Banana because you have that skill within inside of our Claude Code space. So use Nano Banana instead of GPT Image 2.0. So I have in here, I'm using Nano Banana, which is also interesting just to see the difference between the 2, right? And here I'm also going to drag and drop the images in. Videos, but it didn't work, right? So what I'm going to do is actually take a screenshot of where they are. That is so weird. Every time I drag them in, it doesn't work. So here I'm just using Shotter. So I'm just going to say, look, downloads, and then I'll just do around this, and then copy, and then put that inside of here. Have a look at the screenshot. That's where the videos are. Right, so it'll take that. And now I'm going to submit the same thing. I'm going to copy this, send it, and then what we're also going to do is run a terminal. And then what we're going to do here, and this is something which, this is also why I like running an AI operating system. So on the left-hand side, I have a bunch of agents, and these agents have a chief of staff. And that chief of staff has knowledge of all the people who should be used with inside of my inside of my workspace, you could say. So here, Claude, dangerously permissions, -- agents, chief of staff. So that's what happens when you've got a Claude file, agents. You can run agents. And then what we're going to do here is let's bring this up and put this on this side. And then we're going to close this so there's more space, just so you can see what's happening here. And then what we're going to do is the same thing. I'm going to paste in, which is this prompt. Okay. And then also I'm going to paste in the other image which I made and put that in there. So it's basically I'm running terminal Claude Code from the plugin, and then also we've got Codex. And here, let's have a look what we got. So I've used the front end workflow for your site plus browser research path, inspect the car, etc. Yada yada yada. Here I've got AIOS enforce, British English, no emojis. So it's taking my AI operating system, which we have, and then it knows that the code has to be within inside of my Git repository. Again, if you run a AI operating system, it's really important that you've got like the hierarchy of knowledge, because then you're able to do all your work and it knows exactly where to go and there's no hallucinations of what should happen. There was no relevant prior memory for this client, so I'm treating it as fresh work. That's very good. That's exactly what we should be doing. The live site is a small Weebly style site with a strong trust material, family fun, council license, insured, blah, blah, blah. I'm checking existing projects. So yes, I definitely want it to be using Astro projects. I found some real content details, HTML, phone number, Facebook, yada, yada, yada. With old Google Plus ignored, good. There's small address discrepancy between the meta tags, interesting. But it finds all this information, right? And then what it's doing is also seeing what the best way to use these images are. The video frames are strong enough to carry a redesign, to carry the redesign beach plate. Yeah, okay. Low resolution. Okay, that's because they were 720p, to be fair. And here now we see on the left-hand side, we have the same thing. So first of all, let's have a look what we're doing over here. I'll triage this single coherent end-to-end build, research the site. And what we can do for, I have something called web scraping. So we can use, if you want, use. And also actually with this whole thing, it isn't fair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this prompt one more time. I'm going to remake a new terminal. And there's one thing which you have to do if you want, for example, this ultra code on with inside of here. So if I just do this here, is I've just come in again. I'm going to go for, you can either type workflows or you can go efforts and then ultra code. This is going to bring up ultra code. People might think it's overkill, but I've got the tokens and also the results are really, really good. So I'm just going to paste this in one more time. I'm going to paste in this. It's the same prompt. I'm going to cancel. Let me just try that one more time in here. Interesting. So it's brought in the image. Okay. And now it's going to go ahead. And also what I'll say is, hey, you can, for research, use our, and what we're going to be using is a web scraper, and that's using Firecrawl to scrape any extra information which you might need. Okay. So here it's got the videos. It's having a look at cohort 1 and NM soft tissue. So Nadine, telling you, Nadine, you'll be excited when you see your website. And here now it's going to, what we're looking at in Claude Code is to build it end to end, rebuild the site, Astro engine, clean slick, no crazy fonts, story led, trust building, keeping Alphabet cares, real service and contact details. Auto playing videos, love that. So it knows where to go. It knows, because of my operating system, it knows where Backblaze is, and it knows all the APIs to connect in. Recreate every image with Nano Banana, not GPT, per your rule. Thank you. Don't think it is cleaner, more inviting and consistent. However, we don't have the API in this space. AI assistant, replicate the streaming. So ask AI, love that. Socials and logos, let's bang them in. And then ship it live to Vercel. It's basically going to be one hit in everything. Let's just go back to Codex quickly. So Codex is on the way. It's now transcoding the information for us. The project skeleton and media is ready. I'm about to write the site files. Client script, Vercel API points, metadata, etc. Love that. The API and client behavior in place now. Autoplay size control is there. AI guidance, fallback, mail to inquiry can be replaced. Proper service later. Now I'm laying out a style in it with the whole feeling premium and trustworthy. And what we're going to do, I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to make them 3 websites, and I'm going to email her the 3 websites and see if she wants them, and see if we can make some money, because why not? And I always tell people, if you're starting out in AI and you've got 20 euros, you can just come in, $20, you can come into Codex, do what I'm doing here, have free image generation, or you've paid $20. You can, as long as you have a Vercel website and then you connect it via CLI or APIs, it doesn't matter. And if you don't know how to do that, ask Codex. It will connect it for you. Once you've done that, then it'll just do the work you're seeing here, and then you're just good to go. Like, there's so much value in what you see here right now, and anybody's able to generate a website very, very quickly. And when I say quickly, I mean, there's been no pauses in this video, and it's been 21 minutes and 50 seconds. So I am going to pause because no one needs to see this doing its thing, and I'll just come back once they've all finished. But again, I will start the recording again if I have to type anything in. Okay, I'm back already. This was like 30 seconds. So when I was inside of the Chief of Staff with the agents, I'll take this on as a single well-scoped build. And this is squarely a web builder job. What does that mean? So inside of my agents, we have a web builder agent. And you'd be like, Dan, oh my God, it's disgusting. Like, why do I need to look at all this? If I go to, and I press this button here, I can see exactly how this works. And it knows where to get the APIs. It knows how to work. And also it knows of any websites which I've deployed in the past as reference. It also knows that I don't want any horizontal overflow, and also that it wants to be in a mobile version. And it's aware of the AI operating system which I work in. So this web builder will be the person who or who works with the orchestrator, who is the Chief of Staff. Okay, so this is another point. So here it's saying that there's someone else already working in this space. I'm going to be just saying here quickly, hey, yeah, no worries. That's another agent just working on a different way. So I want you to work independently. And let's call it, for you, just call it Alpha Pet Care Chief of Staff. So it's your version. Do not take into consideration what the other agent is doing. And what I'm going to do is press escape to push that up. And here I will also mention it here. Hey, I've got someone else who's working on the same thing you're working on at the moment, and I definitely don't want you to override what they're doing. So just keep that in mind. You might need to change what the Vercel deployment is like. So here it's asking me also, do I want to reuse any keys? I do want to reuse the key, and I'm only going to have a Vercel preview. That's fine. And I'm going to paste in what I just said there. And also I'm going to put that in here as well, and just paste that in. And I'm just going to go for a steer. And Codex is now going to have the context that it should be working on its own project. And these guys should also understand that as well. But it's for the great of science. And just for looking here of usage, so I can't remember where we were like, but you see 1% has only been used from my Codex since we've been working. It's nothing. And on this session, I think this was still, I think it's bled into resets. No, so it's used 13% using my two Claude Code Ultra codes. So the highest usage, token usage for Claude Code. Got it, full independent. I'll ignore the other agents, agent pet repo entirely, won't read, copy, or touch it. I built my version, raw inputs, the live site with 4 videos, your own reference, cohort Nadine. It's called Alpha Pet Care Chief of Staff. And I'll ship it separately, separate repo. This is a single end-to-end build. So it goes to one specialist web builder, its own research copy paste Astro, Nano, Nibbana, Vercel, no fan out, blah, blah. So now the web builder is now taking that information and is building what I've asked it to do. And now it's going to come back to the chief of staff, which will then come back to me. There is one thing, and I don't know why the graphics are going all crazy, but here, sometimes it'll use Playwright for taking snapshots. And I'll just say, hey, look, use the browser instead of using Playwright because it's hyper heavy with the usage. And also, I just don't know why it doesn't use its own tools. But yes, we do have the local site running, which is here. So let's take a look at our first site. All right, here we go. This. How good's that? Huh? Crazy. Look at this. I mean, yes, I mean, here's a bit jank with the font. Maybe we could change that, but here goes to her Facebook or his Facebook, whoever it is. Look at that. Here we go. Well, that's a wrap for another gorgeous week with the footlifters and challenging weather. So I think it's really nice, to be fair. And ask Alpha AI. Alpha AI. I live in Cleveland and I've got dogs, 2 of them, and I need them to be looked after twice a week. So it's not Cleveland, it's Cleveland. Wait. Oh no, so the AI does not work yet. Let's wait for that. So we have one already done. It's just still checking that it's online, but I just took this Alpha Pet Care COS and then took it here. So this is the website. Let's have a look. To be fair, I think I prefer the other one from Codex, but let's just go through. So council approved license, fully insured. I love this. I think this is super important. Nice. So you got you got Blackpool here. Wow, that's actually really good. Dog home boarding, pets in. I mean, this is more clear than the other one. Wow. And then you've got the videos here of everybody kind of work. Okay, this is really, really nice. I really like this, actually. Wow. This is Blackpool. And let's see. Dog needs a daytime walk. All right. And then I'll just, ask it what I asked the other thing. So I'm in Cleveland. I've got 2 dogs. Dog walking for daytime care and exercise care. That sounds like dog walking would be the best fit for dogs needing exercise and company during the day. Group walk start at £12. Second dog from the same household it's £10. If you prefer an ad hoc group walk, it's £15. Give Jen a call. I love that. And what I'm going to do is we have here the email ready to go. So all I'm going to do is, send over these websites. So this is, one. Boom. There we go. And then we're going to add the other 2. So let's just see where they're at. So this is still going. Let's have a look at Codex. It should be, okay, Codex is done. it's here. What does authenticated mean? Why authenticated? Just to be clear, we don't have to access. We don't have to have ownership of a cell for our customer to have a look at that, right? They just click on the link and it'll work. Let's just make sure that that's correct. But let's have a look at the website in the meantime. So you see, like this is quite fun, isn't it? And it also works, as a mobile here. Really nice. Here again, I feel like the other one is more obvious. But still, it's good. I like this as well. Dog walking, pet sitting. Love that. Here, let's see if this works. So I'll just ask it that same question. Interesting. The AI does not work on this in a one shot, but it doesn't really matter. It's still giving us what we need. Right now, a normal customer clicking on a link will hit Evercell authentication. I'm going to see whether I can say it's safe to turn it off. So you have to be kind of clear, right? Like what's happening. When you're looking at this, you're like, okay, wait, I just loaded up the website, and when I loaded up the website, it had like an authentication thing. We don't want that. Exactly. For customer preview, there should be a click with that link or log on to the Evercell. So I'm checking. I don't know why it's done that, and in Claude Code it was able to do it in one hit, but there we go. So I'll just let it. What's it saying here? No ownership needed on their side. The only thing matters is deployment protection. I'm not touching the other person's project. This is only a separation view, but the projects I made. I mean, it's getting confused, right? Because I've asked it just to take into consideration that we have the other sites which are being made as well. But that is, for the art of science. Great. So this is done here. What we've done, this is what it said we're at here. What you've got is premium single site, videos, imagery, ask Alpha AI, design, 2 things that you need, not me. Confirm that the facts. I think that's fine. My recommendation, open it on your phone, blah, blah, blah. I think it's good. But we didn't actually check that actually. So if we go to here and then go to this site, and if I just, yeah, so it is working. Yes, it cuts off her there, but I don't think that's too much of a problem because here it's fine. Nice. So again, website ready in desktop and in mobile. Okay, so we are done with Codex. So for this one we did 1 prompt, and then I gave it another prompt to say like the other 2 agents are working on it separately, and then it got the stuff done. It took around 35 minutes, and then after that I said, please just make it public. Claude Code did it straight away. And then it just made it public. So now we have that website here and it's working fine. So that's 2 done, 1 to go. The thing is, same tool, right? Claude Code, ultra high workflows. This even started before this. And this was done. And again, this was basically one shot, and it was 1 shot. Love that. So this was like 1 shot and we had that website. This was just saying again with the different agent, that was the only other thing that I gave it. So 1 shot, and I was able to have inside of the website, and you see on the left, it's even made the favicon logo, which I think is great. Even a little logo here, super nice. I think I prefer this one, to be honest. But anyway, let's see. This should not be taking this long. It's absolutely insane. But it's been going for like nearly an hour now. Okay, so this is the next one now, which we have. And here this is completely different, right? So you've got the videos, which are on the right-hand side. Let's just see how that is with... Okay, so it's mobile friendly. Love that. And it looks like there's more videos here. Yeah, look, there's more videos down here. Wow. Wow, this is actually super nice. Again, yeah, I mean, it's a bit funky with this font. I think I still have to change that. Look at this. Look at these here. Wow. Love that. So it's got the address here, areas they cover. Wow. Trust care you can see every day. Look at this. Look at this logo. Wow. Look at that. You can click on them. I mean, okay, so this took the longest time. So what that's done, I guess, is it's taken that from the Facebook and other places and then uploaded it. Does this work? I need a dog walker for 3 days. I need a dog walker 3 days a week. That sounds like you're after a regular, reliable bit of help. Blah blah blah. Great British pounds, £12. A walk. Here we have send an inquiry. Look at this. I mean, look at even this logo here. Look at that. Oh, it's here as well. All right, guys. Look, 36 minutes. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to post all these websites which are local, so you can just have a look for yourself. But look, Codex, Claude Code. It doesn't matter which one you use. The whole point is that if you've got a framework and you have an AI operating system, and that's something which we speak about in my school, come in. I'll help you set that up. Forget about Hermes. Forget about OpenClaw. Forget about any kind of bot. If you can set up a system where in half an hour you can make 3 websites with video generation, image generation, a complete overhaul of everything in one shot, this is how you do it. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one, and you're welcome.